Chloe Fineman coming up. About time.
Yeah, it's nice. We enjoy getting current cast members on our podcast. It's very interesting to hear what's going on right now at 8H in New York City.
She was about to do the Dua Lipa show. She had to do an impression of Dua Lipa. We talk a lot about how you go about learning an impression. She and Dana gave us some pointers of how it comes from being assigned an impression or you come up with your own impressions and how tricky that is.
She will talk about how she got Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, yeah, she does.
And she does a very good, and she finds little hooks. She is a gifted impressionist, but she's also an actress and a great sketch player. She has a lot of great stuff on that show, and she's blowing up, as they say.
She's blowing up. We talked about what advice Lorne gives her, what Lorne gave us. Lots of funny stuff. She was very loose and fun. I didn't know really much about her personality because I just see her on the show, but great to get to know her. We had a lot of laughs and we cracked up a lot. I really had a great time talking to her.
Yeah, definitely. It's another charming young lady joined us, and and we spent a lot of time asking about what people are saying about us in 8H currently. It's always fun, and she was fascinating and adorable. She's a really, really sweet, lovely person.
Yeah, here she is, Chloe Fineman.
Pete. No, go.
Yipe. That dog isn't scheduled till Friday.
That dog has no SAG card. Get it out of here.
Come on. No.
Okay, Chloe, I have a new character for you.
No.
A person trying to get on Zoom with technical voices come in. Go to AR7. Okay. Do you see a blue dot? No.
Do you have a Bebop Deluxe button?
Yellow button in the
Push
corner.
Control Alt.
And like some sort of Roman numerical numbers in the upper left hand.
It looks like a kaleidoscope.
All right, let's click out and try again. We've been through this for years. It's very common. Martin Short took 45 minutes.
Did he? Okay, that makes me feel wonderful.
I was kind of committed, but I think a half hour.
Okay, yeah. And I took 10
He's
minutes.
99.
And I'm. That's. Are you guys in LA?
That factors out about right.
Southern California, undisclosed location.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I don't need any paps in my life. Like I'm really getting followed a lot. So you're in the white hot world of Saturday Night Live, and you're living in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Zooming from the kitchen.
Did you live in New York before, or spend time in New York before you got SNL?
I did. Not to be. You're from. Did you ever live in Northern California?
Oh yeah, no, I'm from San Carlos, and you're from Piedmont.
Yeah, Berkeley is what I tell people.
Is Piedmont next to Copeland?
Piedmont is a really, really nice place. I've done
my brother lives there.
But the name kind of
Does he really?
Piedmont right now.
Really? That's insane.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Is it next to Copeland or not?
Oakland. I get it.
God damn, I'll say it one more time.
I didn't
I'm
know
not going to walk you through all of them.
You can only use that joke when someone near Oakland is on the podcast.
My driver, I went to see my brother. Of course, I have a driver. And he goes, welcome to Copeland. I'm like, what?
Oh,
I keep track of these Copeland jokes. That's David's 7th.
Yeah. And within 4 minutes.
Wow. No, it was more of a marijuana place growing up. I grew up in Berkeley, and then in high school I moved to Piedmont.
Berkeley's pretty cool.
Yeah, cooler.
The first time I lived in New York, I was like doing something. Anyway, I was like 25, 26. And I'd never been to New York. So I just wondered, you'd lived there before and then you get back and now you have the coolest job you can have in New York, probably.
Yeah, I went to college here. So I've been here in the West Village for like over almost 20 years.
That wasn't on your research, was it? Okay. I guess so. My first 20 minutes, I got to tear up.
No. Yeah, I went to school here. So I've been here since I was like 18. I'm 35.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And did you ever walk by Rockefeller Center? You knew that's where SNL was and kind of go,
I had a
Might be
really
fun.
exhausted roommate who was an intern. She was like a page, and she was so tired but so happy. That was the only knowledge of it. I went to like drama school, so I thought I would do like Shakespeare. I never thought I would.
Can you give us a little Shakespeare? What's the ultimate Shakespeare? Robin Williams did a lot of. He was doing Shakespearean stuff, and he always had one leftover Shakespearean thing. He wouldn't use the mic, but he was just being Robin Williams. Oh, look, the moon! It hangs low like a testicle in the sky. Like that was. He did that 1,000 times. A little
bit of a hybrid.
Yeah.
Is this a dagger I see before? I guess, is this a penis I see before me? Come, let me clutch thee. Here we go.
Oh,
not too hard.
Common problem. If the mic went down, Robin would always go, oh, common problem. He had so many. We love him. But so what else do you want to talk about? Sarah Sherman.
We know your little doofy buddy, Sarah.
Yeah, my little freakazoid pal.
How is, I want to ask you that you did the Paramount. She hit me up and said, we're doing the Paramount after you. And I was like, look at these girls. Within minutes, they're doing the same theater I'm doing after I've been sweating and slugging it away for 50,000 years. And then I think it probably sounded like fun, but how does that happen with you two? And then what do you do?
That's a good, we're very different, but it works. I think we're obviously Sarah's like extremely disgusting and nauseating. And there was like a 30-minute slideshow of like a vagina prosthetic that Louis was mad at her that he didn't get to make. And it is so disgusting. And then I come out and I do my impressions, but I make them orgasm. So it's like a rated X. Yeah. I try and fit it in.
It's an after dark kind of show.
Well, you have your crossover audience from SNL, and so it's more potent. And then it would be like me and Dana going out. It's like people that like it go, oh, if they like one, they'll take the other, or they like you both. That's always fun. And it sounds like it's a very intriguing show that I would see for sure. I think it sounds just fun because I don't know what it is. And so people just want to go because you're both good and you're both funny. So that's
and also your
personas.
Start. We're just meeting you now, which is fun. And Sarah is sort of sweet. I don't know, or like you're not like kind of. And then when you're working Blue, it has this energy to it. You don't expect it.
Two nice little Jewish perverts coming out. It was good.
Yeah, I saw when we did Chloe I used to work at the show too. When we did the Sandler's tour, and then she was on a couple with me.
Yeah,
it was so funny because I didn't know her at all, and then she was. Actually, super easy to talk to, super fun. She's very magnetic personality, so she's very sweet. And then she gets out. I don't know her act at all. Then she's like, New York, where's my New Yorkers? Sticks the mic out, and then they kind of go, there's a couple. All right, what about that pizza? How about the garbage? And then now they've stopped applauding. What about abortions? What about that? And she goes on for another 19 times. We're on the side going.
Yeah.
And now I love it because she doesn't give a fat fuck at all.
She did a lot of chilling abortion material in Texas.
Abortion chunk,
big abortion chunk. It was great.
That's
you
awesome.
Gotta follow it. I'd be backstage going, I'm up there going, should I do 7-Eleven and then McDonald's?
If you're orgasming as your impressions, which are really stout.
Yeah, I want to hear a few of those, by the way. Hear that.
Just to get the which one kills the hardest? Which one do they eat up?
It's different. It's different every place. I've been doing it for years. I'm always like, God, this is so hack. But, not everyone's. And say like Drew Barrymore starts strong. They all do pretty good. And then I think I do way too many than I should. People and then they're kind of like laughing just to be nice.
In Texas, the Ted Cruz orgasm does better.
Yeah. There's like an old Melania Trump one. I do them all. I just do them all.
Oh, you do? Do you do Melania?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Of course. Did I say it right?
I think so.
Melania?
Melania.
Close enough.
Yeah.
I know what we're talking about. And I've seen you do men. Is it harder or is there any difficulty to do men?
I can do like beautiful boys. I think like a beautiful boyish man is much easier. Real men. No, I think they're so hard. Harry Styles, I remember like doing in front of Harry Styles at the show, and I bombed so badly.
Horrible horse.
Locking
Was it on
eyes.
air? Was it?
No. And like he was like looking at me in disgust. But yeah, doing it, and I most of the men I do, I happen to do it in front of them.
God, you just get them delivered to your front door at SNL.
Timothy Chalamet is kind of he's so huge right now.
Yeah.
You're the only one who does him. There it is.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, but he's nice about it. You can tell I don't know, I'm like a lot older than, I just feel like this like weird older woman just like obsessed with these little boys. He's very kind about it. But it's hard not to, I don't know if you have this where you like slip into the voice when you're around the person. No? Because
you're sort of mimicking, you're picking it up as you go, probably.
Yeah, and they give you all these hooks, he was totally.
Dana's great at that.
Well, we're sister, brother from another mother. Yeah, with your Timothy, you find these rhythms and hooks, and then they really help you get in it. It's like, what's that sound you just made as Timothy?
So like, it was like listening to a lot of interviews. This was like before he became huge. I started working on him, and it was like, growing up in New York, you're growing up in New York as an actor, and it kind of like rhythm like goes like that, and then he laughs.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah,
just like a 19-year-old billionaire. He's like the most famous guy. They don't give a shit. That's why he doesn't get mad.
You're kind of you're in that mold where you're accurate, but you're also an abstractionist. You're making it into a character.
I tried to. I think that's like after hearing, like Lorne will talk about other people. You know how I don't know if he does that to you, where he talks about other people to kind of have you glean insight into yourself. And he'd always talk about you or Fred.
Dwayne.
And not having a take. Yeah. Not being like, so it's not like a biopic.
Right. It's just sort of it's probably going to get laughs. Sorry, Dan. It's probably going to get laughs. Meanwhile, I'm the guy that doesn't do impressions, but it gets more laughs when I watch you or Dana.
You do an impression.
Obscure and hooky.
I saw your little, but I saw your Lord. I saw your little Lord.
God damn, I thought of a good
How long
Lorne
did it take you before you had
a
a Lorne? Like day one or what?
Yeah.
Honey, I think as soon as I sat across from, the first time I met him, I was like, this is never leaving. The first thing he asked, when you have to like meet him, I'm from the Bay Area, and he was like, are your parents hippies? And then that was
I like when he talks nothing about like you're auditioning for the show. Come in, wait 5 hours. And then you come in, he's like, do you like baseball? You're like, what?
I know.
It's just nothing about show business or anything. I just like to get a feel. He told me once, I go, Lorne, I'm looking for an apartment. And what are you up to, David? He's totally bored with nothing else to do. David, come in. And I'm like, oh. And then he goes, sit down. I'll make some calls. And then he goes, when he's done with the calls, he goes, what's going on with you? Basically, like, are you still on the show? So I go, yeah. And I go, yeah, I'm looking for an apartment, but I'm a little torn because one's like Upper West Side and one's like lower Upper West Side. But one was a little more expensive. And he goes, it's important where you live. And I go,
I know. He's very
right. I think it's more of the price point.
Yes, wait. The thing he said to me, which is why I'm always like, which is why we're trying to do these Paramount shows as much as possible. He was like, you always want to live in a place you can't quite afford.
Oh, it's very close to what he said to me. Exactly. It's very important. So
it is
money's
motivating.
Not a problem. And I'm like, is it though? I think it is. I think.
Have you been in like, okay, you're on 8H and Lorne's office is on the 9th floor and there's glass. I'm painting a picture for the listeners. And then you see the rehearsal down there and you're up there hanging out with him talking about something. And then in his own incredible Lorne way, be like, Kevin's going through that, it's the second season and where is this, he psychoanalyzes, not in a very sweet way, not mean, but You always wonder what he says about you when you're down there.
I'm so terrified. I have very close friends who are writers on the show, and they just will not tell me. And I know it's awful and would like never get out of my head.
What Chloe's is she's kind of stuck in a and then you're like, what?
Yeah. Or like, but then I feel like when he talks about other people and maybe it's that crazy making, but you're like, is he trying to say something about me? Where it's like, well, so and so was, if you're doing the same thing you did in your first year and your fifth year, it's time to go. And you're hard not to be like,
yeah, but it's hard to take it constructively and move on.
Yeah. I remember one time he said to me, anything new, or are you pretty much played out? I know.
Did Bush Sr. and Bush Jr. have another baby? There might be another third one to do.
Yeah, and it does kind of scare you. I mean, this is in the 80s, early 90s. I'd worry about the show because he'd get me worried. And I'm like, it's summertime. And I'm like,
and you're also killing on the show.
Well,
Yeah.
But it's remarkably the same.
Chloe, I have one. He told me, this is the last thing we'll talk about. He said, he goes, I see you on a lot of talk shows. I go, He goes, anything to add to that? And he goes, well, they can't miss you if you don't go away. Ooh, that's a good one, though.
That's a lot of talk shows.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey,
it's like doing commercials. And I think he was saying in general with celebrities, do a movie, lay low. That was actually the old school now.
Yeah.
Now it's podcast shit. But, just go away. But that doesn't work anymore. You can't go away. There's no way to do it. Back to Chloe's.
Chloe. We like
pee foul.
I'm trying to.
Chloe, what's a pee foul?
Gosh, that was
Is it a peacock?
Yeah. It's like. Maybe that was my first impression. Yeah, we had a bird calling contest at my weird high school. And then we were flown and went on David Letterman when I was like 15.
Fucking sweet.
And he was kind of dirty. Yeah. He said, or we were dirty. We didn't know we were said something about like feeling your inner bird. But you were like these like 15-year-old girls. It was weird, but it went on TV. And
was that dirty?
I don't know. He was like, whoa.
I think I saw that.
You saw her doing her pee foul?
Yeah, I remember the bird call thing, and it sound. Just do it again because it's reminiscent.
Like,
I must say.
And then my friend went. It was the way. Oops.
You have to get up.
No. The way they do it in the high school is like you kind of put on like sketch. It's like you do bird sketch. You like develop a skit.
Right.
My friend and I did like some like arsenic and I don't know, we're these two old British ladies, and then the bird call happens. And so the people who win the bird calling contest ultimately I feel like have not hellishly bad sketch comedy.
That's great. I do one. Watch this. This is birds in the morning. God, I'm not hitting the high one.
Wait, your sound went out. You do really quiet birds.
It's beautiful.
Dude, I play it.
Why?
Wait, what's the other one? Oh, here's a bird flying away. Ready? I could have fit right in to your high school.
No, you totally. The easiest one was someone, if you like grab your throat for turkey, it's like.
That's like
can do that.
That's early first year.
Yeah.
So when you're a little kid and you're seeing people on TV doing what you're doing now, do you remember that feeling of? And then you're actually doing it. It's kind of cool. I mean, I'm trying to think of your age group, like who blew your mind when you were 10 years old?
I mean, you guys certainly did. We had I'm older, so we had VHS, like best of VHS tapes that I'd watch in my
reruns.
Yeah. No, they were like compilation VHSs. And my best friend had all of them, and we'd stay up and watch them all the time as kids. And then when I was like in high school, that was like the Kristen Will era. But I've been watching it since I was like, I have a video of me as a toddler in Berkeley, and the Coneheads are playing in the background. It's just forever.
Love the Coneheads.
And was your dad an actor or?
My dad is an
improv
improv guy. No, he's in biotech.
Oh.
But
I just thought maybe.
no, he's insane. My mom is a painter, and my dad, when my mom was pregnant with my sister, would take me to improv at Fort Mason in San Francisco.
Okay.
And there were a lot of Robin Williams friends, and her. And I would go to this class with Rob Schneider would take this drop-in class. Yeah. And then I would do it as a little kid. And then he retired, 10 years ago. Now he goes twice a week, once on Saturday in San Francisco, and then in Marin and Mill Valley on Wednesdays with my mom.
Nice.
Mill Valley? Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Schneider's from Half Moon Junction.
I have a house there. Mm-hmm.
Do you? Okay. I believe you and I might have at one point had the same doctor in Mill Valley.
Whoa. He would show you the other guy's x-rays.
Huh.
Interesting other guys.
I'll bring it up offline. I don't know. I had a weird doctor who claimed to do your doctor stuff.
Oh, really?
You should see. Here's some clips of Dana's colonoscopy. If you have some time.
I have a doctor. I still have an MD in San Francisco.
Oh, no.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Is this boring you, David? I'm sorry.
No, because Dana says, no, it is. But Dana also, when he calls in for his prescriptions, his secretary goes, "Oh, no, I need your address."
Well, no, it's I call in for the same prescription every 30 days. She's very sweet. You want to do what? Oh, yeah, I need the same one I did last month. Oh, I'm going to have to talk to the doctor. And then 30 days later, hi, it's Dana, same prescription, same pharmacy.
So awesome.
You want to do what?
What? Well, don't a lot of people call for prescriptions? Oh, yes.
But so what was
I have a Chloe question.
Yeah.
Why I have more of my nurse impression.
I love it. She goes, "Oh," she's confused.
Oh, you have a question for our guests?
Well, first of all, she's into fashion. I wonder if this green pops on Zoom.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's one.
Definitely.
And that's from someone who has an Instagram where there's always it's funny to see you go from serious, funny Chloe, then you're serious, knockout, fashion show.
Blue Steel.
Yeah, that's good. I won't bore you with that. But also, Nicole Kidman, I did a comment on one of your Instagrams because the way you say no is so funny, and I was trying to relive it with letters. But how is the proper way to say no?
Nor.
It's kind of NAR.
I think it's N U A E R. Nor.
It's so fun. I mean, do you try to do these impressions, or do they sometimes just come to you? Do you seek out? Okay, I'm going to do a Nicole Kidman. Sometimes at SNL, it helps if you're assigned someone, and you're like, okay, I got to try to learn it.
Yeah.
But no one else does Nicole Kidman, or is anyone else?
Not really.
Nicole?
I feel like most
Except
of
for
my
Keith Urban.
Yeah.
You cornered the market.
I think I have weird taste. I just I don't know. Meryl's I auditioned with Meryl Streep, Nicole Kidman, Greta Gerwig. I just really
Greta Gerwig.
Yeah, that was the only thing.
Gerwig.
Lord laughed.
That's a new one.
That was the only thing he laughed at in my audition. I heard him chuckle.
What was your take on her?
Yeah,
it's just
Greta Gerwig.
Her oh yes, and she talks in these little shapes and gestures, because he had a thing.
That's funny if you didn't even know who it was. But it is.
I just remember it's usually I get inspired, I guess, when people win awards. There's them on talk shows you get a lot, but I think when someone's having an emotional thing happen, I guess winning an Oscar, I just find it so funny. Greta Gerwig was hey, yes, and, these women, yes. They're hyperventilating. And that's how I got my Frances McDormand was okay, I'm hyperventilating. Okay, like inclusion writer, but like she had a hyperventilating. I don't know. That's usually when they come to me. I don't really seek them out. It just makes me laugh so hard.
About award shows and what you're talking about. Does it feel like sometimes they'll win the Oscar, like Frances McDormand, and then they'll come up and they're exactly the character, like she's this tough,
totally,
kind of alpha woman.
Yeah.
And sometimes maybe to win an Oscar, you just go super far away from the character, so that when you get up there, you're like talking like this, or you're playing some street hood or something. Just an observation. Go. This is like every acting class I was ever in. You're
She's
crying,
like, is there a
you're
question?
alone, you're Italian. Go.
Go. Go.
Yeah,
she's amazing.
I want to fan out on some of these. Okay, we've already done those, which I love. Reese Witherspoon, which is like just a sound kind of. It's like,
It was like I was watching her on Oprah, and the way she
snippets.
said Oprah made me, or she was like, I'm on Oprah, and then she'd be like, I'm on murder. The way she said murder, like, really killed me. It's like similar in her throat, like, it's like, I guess I do. Everything is ultimately a bird call. I'm realizing.
Yeah, really.
They're all coming from-
Yeah, kind of how it sounds.
Jennifer Coolidge is just so such an interesting.
Yes. You do that, right? You must.
No, I don't.
Who, Dana froze?
Did I freeze?
Keep going, Chloe.
Almost in a Jennifer Coolidge way.
You can go. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, everyone I know has been doing that impression since we were like 10. Because we grew up like American Pie.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But Lorne likes Greta Gerwig because I think when you come on SNL, I only had one impression, but if you come on and do something that hasn't
been done,
like Walken is at this point, but to do early Walken was great. Like I didn't do it, but when we saw him, I think Jay Moore, there's some back in the day. I'm like, oh my God, because you don't see it, and then you see it and you go, oh, it's so clear.
Totally,
it's good to find those, and so if you see somebody new, that's great.
Yeah, I also find I think it was when I was like auditioning, it was like, don't do Drew Barrymore, don't do Jennifer Coolidge, don't do Christopher Walken, just stay away. But then I ended up doing Drew Barrymore just because I thought mine was really good. I was like, but I do think that's fun, and if I see people do like. God, I saw someone do like Rosamund Pike the other day, and I was like, that's awesome. Like that, it's exciting,
Yeah, because it's not someone who's overexposed. So then you really have to go, then you go, oh, that's it.
Totally.
It is fun. But I'm lazy. I find it hard. I find it, if I make a goal of doing an impression, it's kind of a bad feeling when you first start and you don't have it at all, and you're just doing it to yourself in a room, and you have you're horrible. I can't do it at all. It's really a weird, how do you do it? What's your process? Sorry.
It's that. No, it's totally that. I mean, I remember, and now I feel like once you've done enough of them, I feel like in a weird way, they all sound the same. And so you're like, I'm not good anymore.
You're starting with the same voice, your own voice, and it's hard to make it so different every time.
Yeah. It was easy when I was like alone in LA. Like Chalamet was really bad at first, but I had like the luxury of just kind of being like sad and alone in my hot apartment with no air conditioning. I don't know. Like that was easy. And then I was doing stuff at UCB and the Groundlings at the time. And the worst one I've ever done, and I still can't get it, was Lena Dunham. It was like for a UCB show. And I think it was like, if they sound a little too close to to my voice, it's like, I can't, my brain just like doesn't know what to do.
Right. Also, I don't think people, maybe they know when they're listening, but a lot of it is also not just you. It's a writer knocking at your door at like 1 a.m. on Tuesday going, hey, can you do Sydney Sweeney? Because we got you doing it in the scene. You're like, oh, tomorrow? Okay. And then you just have to kind of go, all right, I got to find something. And then a funny wig. And then, things could help it a little bit, but
totally,
you've got to, you got to be ready when you get assigned someone in a sketch.
I do feel like if I'm really stuck, laughs are such an in.
Oh.
Yeah. Mouth, the way what their mouth is doing and their laugh. Anyway, that was that.
Your mouth can move around a lot.
No, I just find it interesting. Like you're okay, so you do all these impressions, and everybody knows it, and then you're doing characters, and you kind of, in a way, you don't want to be couched as like people today. It doesn't really matter to me at this point. Oh, you're the impressionist guy. Well, I go, what about Church Lady Garth and Hans and Franz? They go, oh, so you know. Inventing Chloe, just you as an actress. This is my new character. You want to do? It's like, want to do what? I'm gonna have to talk to Lorne. But I just thought inventing Chloe was such a cool and Piper Dunster, and I feel like someone who has an ear and can do these things can also, of course, do all these other things. It's just that it's on demand on Saturday Night Live. There's a lot of demand for celebrity impressions. So it's just great for someone with
biggest payoff
talent.
Yeah. I feel like all of us kind of, you know, you like find the thing that you can get on the show in your first year or two. Sarah, disgusting. Me, Sarah's like prosthetics, brilliant. And then I was like impressions. And then, you know, you're like, okay, this is like my life raft. But now that I'm in my 5th year, like I don't really done that many this year. I don't know. It's nice that we can stretch ourselves.
It's hard
like
to keep coming up.
Yeah, you go.
Sarah's like, guys, nobody do a 6 foot tall vagina this week because I'm doing it. And I was like, okay, is that like an update thing?
Yeah. But Sarah says that like Sarah's done like amazing characters this year and like these awesome pre-tapes, and I kind of really focused on pre-tapes for like back like last year and the year before. That was like the thing, and I've done a lot more live. I don't know. It's cool. You can really like stretch yourself at the show.
What was the character you did a pre-tape with during COVID where you had a short blonde wig and then you played both parts?
Ule.
Yeah, Ule. And then and she was living with you, and then you had to film her. Did you have to do that all yourself or not?
Yeah. My boyfriend.
All the filming?
Yeah, he was in the other room working on a Quibi show, wanting to absolutely murder me the whole time. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Are you drinking hairspray? What is that?
Okay, a water bottle.
Oh,
I have a notion. I don't know what it is, but I when I think of you as an actress and wanting to really commit, there's something in my head here that it's you and Sarah, probably presentational, like some sort of science symposium to high school kids or something, and there's little volcanoes and goo, and Sarah starts to make sexual innuendos, and you just get really, really mad. Like you accelerate to, I will fuck you up, you know, basically, without saying that. If you do that, you take her aside. I just think you letting go with that kind of anger
That's a great idea.
Doing
or
her
maybe
thing.
it's a science
fair.
fair.
You write yourself, but just the rhythm of that.
Great.
I see you being
great.
so funny in that character.
We were talking with.
That's
really we want to go again. Like when it was Sarah's first year, and we got the PDD boys to stay up till like 5 a.m. writing this sketch where we were like. We were kids. We were sisters who had come home trick-or-treating. We were covered in chocolate, like on a sugar high. And it was Jason Sudeikis, and him and Heidi were like realizing they were going through a divorce. And we kept like interrupting, being like, I don't know. And it was the hardest bomb ever. The PDD guys were like, that's the worst sketch we've ever done. And she and I haven't written since. We haven't done anything since. Like, it's so...
really?
Yeah, we got to get over... We realized that in Austin. Like, I haven't written with the PDD since this candy thing. It's like...
You bought yourself a year
Can
probation?
You get eye contact in the hallway with them?
No. We like love each other. I just was like, God. And it was so long ago. I think everyone's forgotten. But sometimes when you bomb that badly, it's like hard to recover a bit.
Well, what if you're at science fair and you're in high school? This is more of a sketch because it's all drier.
Oh.
And then she goes, it's like the volcano is coming. And then you go, can I talk to you for a second?
Same
pull
kind
her
of
aside
thing.
And go, what are you?
I want to see you
that.
escalating, getting angry, you know, like a frizzy wig. And I will I just feel like that.
I will fuck you up. Yeah.
Basically, I don't know.
Do the PDD guys
now
write
you have
their
to do
own
all
stuff?
the work.
No,
Or
I
do they
think it's
take your
great.
suggestions?
No, they work really well with the cast. And then they do their own stuff. Jake,
So can
there's
you
a
write
couple.
one for them?
Oh no, they would never do that.
Ah.
Although there's a writer, Jake Nordwind, who he
Oh.
pitched something to them and it didn't go, but they're open to there's a lot of like today's Monday, so when I get to work, everyone will be in Mike DiCenzo and Jake's office or PDD's office, and they all kind of like give each other ideas in a way.
Right.
Who's the host?
Who's the host?
Dua Lipa.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Who's the music?
Dua Lipa.
Who's going to be in most of the sketches?
There's a lot of doubles lately. I don't know if I love it.
There, I said it. There's a lot of duas. Get it? That was so bad.
Yep.
I'm going to do it all week.
I used to be a licensed therapist. Oh, I didn't know that. So what are you? You're 5 years in. You're doing great on the show. You have all your buddies there. You're in the trenches with everybody.
Yeah.
What's your what is your headspace like? Are you feeling like, because some people like Eddie Murphy, day one, they're like at a 10. As far as comfort there in your 5th season, are you feeling good, excited, or you're still like, where are you at?
Where are you at?
Where you at? I mean, we only have 3 shows left, so I definitely, and it's 80 degrees in New York, so it's definitely that like senior vibe. I also think senioritis a little bit. There's also, I remember there's like those life rafts you need in a year, like you need enough things to hit to feel like you're not getting fired. I mean, because I knew people in their 5th year who did get let go, so it never goes away.
It's a common feeling.
Yeah. And I think now I'm kind of like, well, so-and-so needs making sure enough people need wins. Although that's just what other writers have said. They're like, I'm not going to write with you.
They say wins? I never even heard that.
Wins, just something that they make their mark.
Really? Yeah. No, it makes sense.
Hits. Yeah. They were like, you had a good run.
You've had a couple doubles, but not a home run lately.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like, I need to help. Because when you reach out to writers, like I'll try and help you with this, but I need to help so-and-so get a hit.
It is hard to ask a writer. I would ask Smigel or I'd ask Conan, and they're already busy with something. It's hard to go,
it sucks.
Hey, I have knock. I have a dog shit idea that's not formed at all.
Yeah.
Could you spend 3 hours cracking the code with me to make it a C+?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're busy.
No, I have a lot of like, I don't know. I'm not as like brazen about writing. Like I'm like, I hate wasting their time. And like, I'm the most nervous on the show, just in terms of like letting writers down and the fears that they won't want to work with me again. Cause that is like the only way to survive the show. And so I don't really care about if the sketch, I guess I only care about like, well, these people help me write it. And if they cut it, those people aren't going to write with me again. So like that is a big part of it. And having enough
real,
of, yeah. And it is that thing of like, I can waste this writer's time for like 2 hours trying to crack my horrible idea, or I can just
my wispy idea,
suffer alone until I somehow have an idea. I've gotten better with that. I don't like suffocate writers to help me. I don't know, if I don't have something, I'll be like, I'm just gonna sleep on this and not like ruin someone's. I don't want to ruin relationships.
You just gave me a sense memory of like Tuesday night at 2 a.m.
I know, sick.
And you're in a room with a writer, and everyone's just like this.
Yeah.
And the idea is the souffle is just deflated. It's just like 5 minutes of no talking, and then like,
what if
maybe if Farley could come in,
fall through the ceiling and save it.
It's horrible.
That's us. No one is laughing. Everyone's like bloodshot eyes, and it's like, well, Keenan could enter. Keenan's our you always get a laugh. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Right. Keenan is so articulate and so clear, and he has such a strong voice, and he has like a mischievous vibe about him. Like he's not breaking, but you clearly see he's enjoying it. By the way, I just want to ask you. He really
held together that Beavis and Butthead.
I was going to ask you about the Beavis and Butthead because I know you came in at the end, I think. And so I thought because Ryan Gosling is such a huge star, and his attitude, he's kind of breaking the whole show, but it's so entertaining.
Yeah.
So because people, but that's kind of a famous show, and now a famous sketch of the most broken. So just speak to from your point of view.
I mean, it was, well, for Mikey, none of us knew that's what even when we were.
Oh, really?
That's what I thought. They escalated it, right?
We knew, like when we blocked it on Thursday, everyone was laughing just because of the lines that Ryan and Mikey have are so stupid. Like, I think Ryan has a line, where he's like, I actually have a really busy life. Like, that would always make Mikey like, the dumbest line ever. I actually have
and you think he's not talking to him? He's like, this guy over here?
Yeah. No, and then they ad-libbed on Thursday, or maybe it was Friday when we were blocking. They're like, I don't know this. Hi, Joan. Nice to meet you. Like, that was added. But then, just Mikey just looked so fucking dumb. It was shocking.
What was the difference in his makeup between, because everyone had seen it at
It
Dress.
Wasn't. We all saw it at Dress. I think it was just it was like this.
He just changed
amped it up a few percentage points.
He just made himself like 20% dumber. And
that's all you need.
Yeah, and Keenan Keenan carried that. Like, I don't think the sketch would have worked as much if you didn't have Keenan doing that. To the point where, like, by the time
it kept it rolling.
Yeah. By the time it got to me, I was like, I can't like super break. It's annoying. Like,
right. It was already, because
did Heidi stop laughing?
Heidi was already,
yesterday.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I'll see her today. I haven't seen her in 2 weeks. Yeah. But Heidi never breaks. That was what was so like delightful about it. I've never seen her break.
And it was more than a break. It was laugh out loud.
It was a gut laugh.
It made me laugh. I think that thing has like 20 million views or something. I mean, it's really
It's awesome.
Did Mike? Yeah.
Well, Mikey and Heidi have known each other forever. So I think it's also like two longtime friends. I think she's with a lot of love for each other. So it's like, it was so heart. It was, there's a lot of love behind that too.
It was just great. It was fun to see. Everyone looked funny in it. The Beavis and Butthead, and then just seeing that, and then she really like she can't stop, which is always fun to watch. It's just a fun one. And Ryan Gosling's a huge star.
The construction of the writing of having Keenan be the voice of the audience, like, hey,
stupid AI conversation.
They look like Beavis and Butthead, that, and then the seriousness and back and forth. It's sort of just a really well.
Yeah,
it operated on all cylinders.
It did, but I don't know if you know this, but like they have pitched that sketch so many times. I didn't know this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a Jonah Hill dress rehearsal you can watch.
Wow.
Oh yeah, this is like the third time maybe, and they said the Jonah Hill one's like hilarious. It just never like made it past the finish line. So it was cool when it happened on air, all these writers came down, like Streeter Seidel was there watching it. Cause I think he has taken that thing to table like 5 times.
Jeez. Whoa. Man, a motivational speaker didn't get on right away. That took a long time.
Really?
And people would be shocked. And actually the writer, Bob Odenkirk, had left. And then we came back in the season and did it. That's a weird scenario.
That's crazy.
Have new cast members, which ones have come on since in the last 5 years, so that you would be the wily veteran, or you came in with Bowen and
just Bowen,
Shane for
a day. And Shane.
Yeah.
Did you meet Shane when that happened, or you never even got to meet him?
No. A part of me I met him at like one of those like Lorne baseball games, like 2 years later, and he was so sweet.
Can you get us some hot dogs, Chloe?
Yes. What would you like on it?
What do you want, relish, Shane?
Whatever
you met him there? He was there?
Yeah, at a baseball game, like 2 years later. Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, 2 years later?
Yeah. But Bowen was a writer before I was, so I really felt very new. But Dan Bula and I were the same year. And then
love Dan Bula.
Genius.
Bula's solid.
And you came in as feature writer, or just feature, or
cast? Cast. I was just a
main
cast. No, featured cast. Featured player. I think they call it a player. Yeah, and then, gosh, who came after me? Then it was like Andrew, just Mukes, and now I can't remember. No,
do you know everyone who's on the show?
Yeah, I do. Now I'm acting like
you're like I'm.
I was just trying to remember. It was like me and Bowen. Then I feel like it was Punky, Andrew, Lorne Hall. Then came the Sarah Jadge, this guy Aristotle year. Then they brought in 100 people: Marcello, Michael, Devin, and Molly. Who
does the impressions, and then she's not there anymore?
Melissa.
Yeah,
Melissa was already there. Yeah. She was like 3 years in when I started. Melissa had been there for 4 or 5 years.
I see her and Marcello.
One thing that speaks to your ability is the understudy sketch where you did Melissa and you did Kate to them.
Yeah.
That was kind of interesting. How did they take that?
I was so scared, especially like, I think we are all really close. But, when I started the show, like Kate had been on the show for like 9 years and was a superstar, but is one of the loveliest, weirdest. I was about to be like down to earth and very down to earth, but like Kate, I was like, I think I'll get a kick out of it. But like Cecily, I was really intimidated. All those women I was so intimidated by. But then it was sort of this like sweet. Cecily was like so into it, which was shocking. And Kate was great. And I was like, it was the thing too, when I had started, if you had a pre-tape, I'd written, actually with Dan Bulla, we wrote this murder show. And like just getting those super seniors to be in your video was so hard. So I was like shocked that they even were open to being in a pre-tape.
Can they turn it down?
Super seniors. I've
had things turned down. Yeah.
What? That was already approved?
Of like
recast?
Yeah, I've had that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't do that anymore. Yeah, I'm not revealing anybody, but but then.
Well, how many of you turned down?
Kate was always in everything, and that meant a lot to me. I've never turned anything. I love the pre-tapes. I could be there for hours.
Pre-tapes are tough. Now, you don't do them. When do you start? That's my last question. When do you start on pre-tapes? Because we used to only do them, Dana, right after read-throughs, like on a Wednesday, or Thursday.
Thursday, kind of.
Yeah.
Because
like,
how do you know what's approved before Ryan Gosling gets there? Do you get him working Monday morning?
No. Well, now they're doing these promos, so like I have to shoot a promo tomorrow.
Where you walk around with a host or do something.
Yeah. They're like, "Can you do a Dua Lipa impression?" I'm like, "No." So I'll do I'll find some bird call version of her tonight.
So you literally right now, just for our listeners, so you've been assigned this impression.
Yeah,
and you have to have it down by tomorrow, and you don't have it right now.
No, she's British. No, I'm not like Melissa was part of Melissa's genius was she could do these singing impressions, like Lady Gaga. I cannot sing for the life of me. Yeah.
Well, you'll have a funny wig. You'll have an accent. You're halfway there.
Yeah, we'll be okay. But otherwise, Wednesday night, they pick your stuff, hopefully. And it's cool with the pre-tapes because usually you'll get an email like 15 minutes before the pics are out asking to Zoom for your video. So it's really sick as hell to be like, oh, thank God. Like we did
that's how you find out you got on?
Boom. Yeah.
Email.
We did a Pilates video and it was like, you got the bing and we were like, yeah.
Oh, and then when is the next morning?
No, then they have to they build the set Thursday and then we shoot it Friday. And then for like, when it would be like a me-centric video, that would be done. Sometimes they would pick it on Wednesday, but not really. And then be like, we're going to do this next week, but shoot it like on Monday, or we're going to shoot it on Tuesday. And then the writers were so mad. The Inventing Chloe we shot on Thursday. So that was the next day. And we weren't thinking, and it was when everyone was doing like rewrites, I think. And we wanted like seafood towers. So we basically like stunk up.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. 17.
That looked expensive, by the way.
It was really expensive. It was really gross. And like all the writers were like locked in they were so mad.
Oh yeah. That was cool.
Yeah.
That rewrite table with Jim Downey was probably Dana, 15 hours of, just going over every goddamn sketch. And you weren't even in them, or you wrote one. You just go, Spade, wake up. What do you got for me on this one? You're like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
if this guy says this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a tough job that day. All right, Dana, what else do you have for lovely Chloe? Or do you have a question for us?
You're off the show this week. There's no show this week.
No,
No. We go back.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, good.
So I think we'll do another hour, unless you
We're
have
gonna let her
something to do.
run.
We can go into our second hour. But
No.
She's fun
just
to
say
talk to.
hello to the cast. They're all brilliant. It's the show's cooking.
Yeah, it is. It really it's like found its, but we've like figured each other out a little bit more.
Yeah, say hello to
I do
that
think
Brillo
that
pad, Sarah Sherman.
the audience just keeps discovering. Yeah, crazy Sarah. What did she say? The sun has knockers.
Oh yeah, she was on our show. She goes, by the way, just FYI, audience, Dana and I told her later. I go, we both found out later we didn't understand that.
We didn't
joke.
understand,
and we just laughed because it was so bananas. But she said, they're saying the Earth is flat, but I think the sun has big knockers. I didn't connect that. And then we did all these jokes about it. And then later, when I saw it on a clip, I go, oh, I get it. I didn't even get it.
I didn't hear the Earth is flat. So that was the thing that I thought it was a non sequitur.
And I was like, well, why do I even say I'm in comedy? I didn't get it. I was so embarrassing. She did a bit, and we thought it was funny anyway, because she was like, how the sun
has knockers. It's big. The sun has big knockers.
Because she has a funny voice.
She has kind of she has a, but
you can go walk to work now.
I could actually today.
Or do you have a limo?
No. I like the sub. I'm near West 4th, so it's like 7 minutes. 5 minutes on the train. Get out.
All right, our last thing. We'll let you go.
Okay.
Do you have a fake pitch for the meeting today? Like
or real one?
Chloe, it'll be like Chloe. Anything?
You're like, hi, Dua. That's how you start.
Yeah. Hi, Dua. So over the break, that's usually how it starts. I mean, I think so. I'm the worst at it. Yeah, mine are like weird. Everyone has their thing. Sarah. Marcelo kind of does this like. So I was thinking that he does like a Chalamet like sexy baby thing. I'll have it one way, and then the pitch is so bad. But then sometimes they do become sketches.
Yeah, they bite on. Right. The host doesn't know they bite on a fake pitch, and you go, uh-oh.
Sydney Sweeney, I pitched her the Hooters idea, where I was like, maybe work at Hooters. Ooh. Oh. And we're counting tips. I get $20, and you're like, cool. I made like $40,000. And then she DM'd me to write it. And then we got in so much trouble for like sexualizing
It was so fucking funny.
But it was, you pervert over here.
I know, you perv. That was a good one, though. It was very funny when you're counting your money.
Stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Some of that just silliness. I think this is sort of, just the way the world is, all this madness and everything. And just abstraction. That's why Beavis and Butthead maybe it hit so hard. And that Hooters sketch I think we're in the mood for like just madness.
I know. I think so. I think the political climate, like we also like it's you can kind of touch it, but not really. It's like it's opened the door for weird, which I think is so nice.
Weird is
like a relief. Yeah. Because I'm not the smartest with the political stuff, so
I don't. I do these little shorts for this just because if I do Biden, I feel like I'm doing something really nasty and wrong.
Yeah,
so I kind of have to do it.
People get so mad when
there's
he does
so
Biden.
many Trump
like,
jokes.
What?
But I have done some silly little things, and people, I don't know, people seem to like that now. I don't know what you call it, abstract or weird.
I like that. I like that a lot. But movies are like, I was thinking that the Sasquatch Sunset. I don't know. Movies are weird. Everything's weird. We're in the age of weird.
You know, it's funny because there's a lot of superhero movies because I figured out that the bad guy can't be a certain race or religion, so you make him just a monster. And then no one gets mad. Or you know what I mean? Or you can be a transformer and they go,
think of it.
Okay,
I'll let that pass. The influence on entertainment is because of the trauma of Hiroshima and Japan. There was all this radioactive Godzilla movies and worse than... so it is an influence on whatever the zeitgeist or the emotional the emotional temperature of the culture.
Yeah, totally.
So
totally.
2 people having fun, being really silly, and it's just great. So
yeah,
I'll be watching Saturday. Don't be
we'll
nervous.
Watch. Well,
And
yeah.
Have fun, Chloe.
Thanks, guys.
Chloe, thank you for doing a Zoom from the kitsch, your new sketch.
Hey, you're welcome. And I'm sorry about being so inept at this beautiful microphone. But at least
you nailed it.
I'm going to bring this to pitch. I'm going to just pitch with a loose
That would be so funny.
Just stand up.
Hey, I actually think I might do that.
It's pretty funny.
Loose mic.
You go, hey, Dua, can you hear me? She's like, yeah, I'm 2 feet away. Okay.
So Chloe,
sometimes this doesn't work in here.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Chloe, thank you.
And I wish you all the best and
Thanks,
keep having
guys.
fun and say hello to anyone who would ever care.
Anybody that'll listen.
I will.
All right. Bye-bye.
This has been a presentation of Audacy. Please follow, subscribe, leave a like, a review, all the stuff. Smash that button, whatever it is, wherever you get your podcasts. Fly on the Wall is executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade, Jenna Weiss-Berman of Audacy, Charlie Fineman of Brillstein Entertainment, and Heather Santoro. The show's lead producer is Greg Holtzman.